Yeah, man. The book of Proverbs 30 is a symbol to the feminine energy to show women that the way in which women are behaving in the current age is not wealthy, healthy, or wise. Though it is that women are getting more materially powerful, the sense of morality is skewed. And when I'm talking morality, I'm not talking about sexual immorality, because it's a big issue. But about, oh, it's all about women's sexuality and controlling women's sexuality. Believe it or not, there are greater things in life than a woman's genitalia. You understand what I'm saying? The beauty of it is that we are losing touch through the feminine actions. Women are more in the belief system of trying to be equated to the actions and behaviors of men. In the old age, women were more concerned with being honorable and decent, and I'm sure it was not just to appease the ego of the so-called righteous-minded male. It was something a woman understood from antiquity about her place in the living cosmos, that she understood that there was a progenitor in her, that there was a co-creator in her, and that as an inculcator and a perpetuator of the human species, she knew how to regulate the indifferences in gender. She didn't have an agenda to masculinize herself, and emasculate the male and effeminize the male. She had an intention to be the highest feminine precept, concept, possibility and ability she could be. She had an idea that the man should be a true progenitor of the human family, a true father, a true spouse, a true husband beyond the definition, but in activity. A woman of antiquity could be called goddess, not a diva or a demon. That's what a diva is. And a man is not a thug, which is a demon. He himself is a god in activity, being and likened unto her higher self. God being neither male or female, but only in perception of human nature. We say Father God, we say Mother God. In the current ages, the postulation is stronger to refer to God in a masculine terms and say Father, because let us not be distracted by the new definitions of family, because the ancient family is still one that the male heads the family with the guidance, the protection, the love, the care and the trust of his female companion. Together, the Holy Trinity with their offspring being the Godhead in activity. Woman need not compete man for power. Man need not compete woman for beauty or attention. The world is out of order. Things are out of sort. I am strong to say this because I'm coming from my soul. There's no prejudice in me. Whoever has had choices that have made them beyond these socio-political definitions of feminism, or something that they're a masochist, listen to me very carefully. People love to put congealed statements, blocks of thoughts, or head of people's reality, feminist, machoist. But let me tell you something. I am male, you are female, you are male, and there are many females around. How you view yourself is independent to you. You need not be swayed by ideologies which you know in fact takes the value of who you are from you. So there are women who will say she's perfectly actualized without no reference to a male counterpart, and that her actualization is in actuality in opposition against male ideas. I'm saying, young lady, you are far. I'm saying, woman, you are far out of sorts. You've got your priorities screwed. You've got them skewed. The male and the female, and I shouldn't even be going through this like it's a diatribe. The male and the female is how life is created. So I'm not getting into no orientation psychology. Human to human. Women are out of sorts. Highly intellectual, brilliant women acting against the family, acting against communities, competing with male to take up rabid, vapid, violent, stupefied, aggressive, unkempt attitudes and behavior. Why in God's name would you want to take onto yourselves these denigrating attitudes and say it's for equal rights and justice? We live in a spiritual existence. Overtures are always there. You're always going to have an over-egotistical maniac who thinks he should subdue women. And you're always going to have these self-righteous women that think they came only of a woman. Within you is a man as well. Within the man is a woman as well. Self-control teaches us how to actualize your masculine principles, be male, yet have caring female, feminine tendencies for nurturing, for preservation, for procreation, for perpetuation. Yes, females, you have a lot of that nurturing progenitor energy, and you have some of the male in you to be assertive, to make a stance, to be determined, to be aggressive, to defend your offspring and your family, to defend your man, to defend your mate. Let us get back to harmony of the masculine and the feminine energy, where we say, ladies before gentlemen. Ladies before gentlemen. Kings, respect your queens. Queens, honor your king. Let us get back to a stage where the dignity that I look through my eyes with is reflected back at me as the woman I seek favor, I seek connections, and I seek perpetuity in. Let it be that light of love and truth is returning to me. Women, rise beyond your notions and your desires for financial and cultural, socioeconomic equation with the male ego. Men, for many generations, let me remind you, have been educated as being the protector, the breadwinner of the family. Our cultures as gifted men with an ability and an understanding when they're following the socialization and their natures that they're here to care and protect for their families. So it is natural that a properly adjusted, well-organized human male would be responsible or driven towards responsibility in relation to his family and taking care of the needs of his wife and children, his women and kids, a woman and picnic. So women, don't ever be offended or overly conscious of a man that thinks it is his duty to take care of you, to work hard, to be in control, to be responsible, to have the organs of power in his hands, because that is how he's empowered to be your husband, your king, your general, your man. Women, this is for you. This is specifically for you. And I know the brothers will listen too. Don't be offended by my strong language. Remember, the phonetic structure of a man's vocal tonality is different from a woman. It is to carry authority. The visceral aggressive nature is to protect and to be territorial. A woman's nurturing, soft but not weakened position or nature is to nurture, is to engender trust, support, a helpmeet, to support the progeny of the family, for us to take care of each other. Women, I'm begging you, please be better women. Take not unto philosophies that's naturally taking the godliness out of you, that is taking your true purpose out of you, that is making males believe that there's no value in you, or that the value in you has been so lost and depressed, he needs to look elsewhere. Women, please, I'm asking, I'm beseeching, I'm beckoning you. Reconnect to the goddess in you. Reconnect to the true divine nature in you. You have the power. You use it each time when you beckon your will to your desire. Use it for something greater. Every product and service in the world doesn't have to be sold by the feminine sexuality. There's other aspects of the feminine nature that can attract and excite our existence. And women, I know a lot of products and services that are marketed to women, highly sexualized, are not owned by males. A lot of them are owned by women. And I know there are a lot of people who will say, well, you know, Hugh Hefner is male. Yes, Hugh Hefner is male. And his ideology is an ideology that permeates the masculine ego. But in those mansions of those ego are hundreds of women that equally have a mind of their own and equally could think of another way to present themselves, to express themselves. So it's not just exploitation of the young female consciousness. It is also a female exploitation of the male's sexual perception. Let that be known. So it is not just that male wants to see naked bodies of women permeating every aspect of our lives. It is also a way the female projects her sexuality into our consciousness. It's a way of remaining important, of remaining needed, of being wanted. I know this. I know this. So as I know this, I also know that the male aggrandizes himself and overpostulates his ego at times in relation to these sexualized images, and it also sends a terrible image to young girls who are budding with brilliance, and they are viewing these images and then interpreting that this is the way all their talents and their gifts will be expressed, is to be half naked on a product cover or on television. I am not supporting that. I am not for the denigration of our females by males or females to make a buck or to otherwise. I love the nude. I love women. I love you as I love myself. But you must love yourself more than I love you, to do what is right and decent, that when we experience each other, I'm truly experiencing a gift that God has given me, that God has given us, and likewise that I should be a gift unto you. Take no offenses, and if I have offended, I apologize for my strong language. Look into yourself. Take my image, the face that says these words. Take the words as a script and a scroll. Examine them. Cast them aside, if you may, after you've examined them. Sacred woman, beautiful woman, do not compete males for a male's position in earth. There is honor and glory in being woman, in being womanly, in genuinely being feminine. Yeah, straight up. To my mother, thank you for giving me life. To my father, thank you for giving me life. Thank you for your union. To Father God, Mother God, thank you for the sacred child That is our saving grace. Beautiful divine women, continue to be the beauty that you are, the divine gift that you are. Teach your fellow sisters and daughters, engender in them the true principles, to be proud of who they are. Let not cosmeticians decide their destiny. Let not the overly aggressive marketing machinery of society overtake your purpose, your pride, and your self-awareness. As you can see, I want to stop, but I cannot stop because the words are coming, the Spirit is speaking, so I have to continue. So young ladies, this one is for you. You are seeing so much bombarding images of what you ought to be. Fake this, fake tits, fake ass, fake in every manner. And you are troubled because you are heavily thinking you are not suitable for this life. You are checking your vagina. You are checking your breast. You are constantly saying you are not good enough. These so-called perfect images of sexual genitalia is bombarding you, young ladies. It's hurting you. Trust in yourself. Love the freckles, the speckles, the twists, the arc, the turns, the seeming misalignments, the seemingly missymmetry of your body parts. It's perfectly you. Let not over-sexualized imagery teach you that you should be displeased with yourself, and then you take all of your life, your effort to purchase the cosmetician's lie, to be a fake, unreal person. And then you say, why doesn't he love me for me? Why don't they respect me for me? Because you are a commodity. You are a merchandise that is purchased on the stocks and the shelves of the supermarket and the many cosmetic stores all across our great planet Earth. We are hurting here. The earth is misguiding and being misguided by the shallow-minded attitudes being taken up by our young females. These attitudes perpetuated by much older women and men that should and ought to have known better than to force their daughters, their children, to go through such stifling activities, such energy-sapping experiences. Young ladies, have faith and confidence. You're still growing, you're still emerging, and remember the beauty you desire is truly within. So the thought processes does help you to create that physical image. Know in your psychomatic structure, means, mind and body, that you are in tuned. If you allow yourself to be by your willpower, you will realize that thinking beautiful, loving thoughts will appear in your biology. You will look beautiful because you are beautiful. You will sound beautiful because you are beautiful. So allow the true beauty to shine through in all your tones, colors, shades, and textures. You're awesome. You are great. For all the years, one of my most strongest and strident experiences have been those around women. And I don't just mean sex. I mean the sense of the challenge, the communication, the sense of being with a woman, being around a woman and not knowing her for what's truly in her, knowing her for what's just in my mind, and then getting to understand her, learning, listening to her, and then I'm like, wow, so this is who you really are. Not some bull I had in my mind or some halfway there visions, even when they're beautiful. But to just be true and to hear a woman say this to me, to tell me, to share that, a young lady share that honesty of herself, even when she's not confident. Believe me, that has changed my life. So beautiful women, continue on the path of your greatest good. Young ladies, grow up with the self-confidence that will make you true, wise goddesses, beacons of love and joy and happiness. educate yourself, sing, dance, chant, live, love, glow, be, create a new world with the loving ideas you know is inside you and you know that you can bring out. Start by changing the little boy beside you, helping him to see himself better, yourself better. Start in your little corridors, in your little avenues. Make good plays about it. Write in your diaries, not just selfish and jealous and the shallow things. Write your truest, deepest emotions. Believe in them enough to stand on platforms and pillars and talk about them. Get other women to your point of view, other young ladies. Start clubs, start organizations, do things, do things, do things. Get engendering speakers in, get motivational speakers in, get your good preachers in, get your feminine masters in, your feminine advisors in, get the masculine coaches in, get them in, young ladies. Rise to the occasion. Be your greater self. Love and blessings to you, honor and joy. Thank you for listening and even sparing a moment to consider. Mothers, daughters, sisters, nieces, love you.